Welcome to On the Mic with Melissa Emsch, and I have a returning guest.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Mr. Corey Lambie, Superintendent of Marinette School District. How are you today?
I'm well, Melissa. Thanks for having me once again.
Yes, I always enjoy your updates.
Well, thank you.
Uh-huh. So, what do we have going on at Marinette School District?
It's May, and it's just it's a wonderful time of year. There's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement in the air. Last week, we just wrapped up our Staff Appreciation Week.
Oh.
Nationally, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and what we did a few years back in Marinette, we decided it was an opportunity to recognize all of our staff members. So we've got about
Definitely.
250 staff members working with our 1,900 students, and it was just a great week, whether it was the PTO, the school district, the buildings, the students, the families, just finding a way to say thank you for what you do for our kids. And as we come to the close of this school year, we've got 3 retirees that are going out that have several years of experience. Luann Ames from our primary school, Deb Mochedler from our intermediate school, and Cindy Giebler is our choir director for the middle school and high school. So all 4 of our buildings are represented by these ladies, but just the number of years, collectively there's over 100 years between the 3 of them, service to students. So yeah, we're just very grateful to have that dedication and commitment. So perfect timing to be here to recognize our staff in the district, especially those folks that are retiring and moving on to the next chapter.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That gave me goosebumps. Over 100 years.
Isn't that something?
That is amazing.
It really is.
Wow.
Yes.
And what else have you been up to? Reading and literacy?
Sure.
A readathon?
Yes, so our primary school had a readathon, or they're currently taking part in a readathon where families are getting together, reading together, working on phonics, reading aloud to one another, and they've currently raised over $14,000 for this readathon.
Oh
So
my goodness.
one of our district goals is to continue to focus on literacy, and the primary school has taken it to a whole new level. So we're very proud of their efforts, and we're proud of the families in the community that are willing to be a part of it and then donate those funds as they work through the process.
Oh
So
my goodness, $14,000.
Isn't that amazing?
That is
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh, that is
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah.
And then April 15th, what did you guys do then?
So at the intermediate school, again, another one of our goals or focus areas is family and community engagement. And our intermediate school had an event mid-April, kind of wrapping up their family and community engagement events. Also, we've got a lot of our field trips coming up still at the end of the year, but I got to check my numbers. They had over 235 people attend their family engagement night in April. So just an opportunity, again, get the students, the families, the teachers all together, whether they're at the ice rink or just walking laps or hanging out. That rec center has been a phenomenal relationship with our district, and we're just greatly appreciative of that. And our intermediate school is certainly, with our other schools, taking advantage of those opportunities, and the family engagement was big. We also had a graduate, Michael Liana, came back. He spoke to our entire 4th grade. He's an author who writes children's books. So our students had a chance to listen to him talk about when he went to that school. It was called Park School. So he was new to the intermediate school, but really he enjoyed his time. We put some social media blasts out there, and I think we had over 6,500 folks comment or respond to that. So yeah, just some great opportunities for our kids as we're still working hard in May, still focused on our goals, but it's just great to see some of our graduates come back and give back.
Oh my gosh. And then what's going on in the middle school?
So,
Xanadu.
Xanadu. There you go. A little flashback to the
yes.
80s, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Olivia.
Yeah. So our younger listeners right now are saying, what the
What
heck are
the
they
heck?
talking about? Yep. So Paul Okray just does a phenomenal job getting our kids prepared for the musical. So the middle school will be putting on a musical this weekend on both Friday and Saturday. I believe the time's 6 o'clock. You can find out on our website.
yep.
So they'll be performing Xanadu. So looking forward to that opportunity for families to come out and just see our kids at a different level,
Yeah.
right? See them in a different atmosphere, different environment. So they pack the gym pretty well, and Paul puts in a ton of hours to build the set and direct the play. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's
That's
this
cool.
weekend. Yes,
That's going to
yep.
be really cool.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And then your 8th grade students, they took a field trip.
They took a field trip. They got to see the UW Green Bay campus.
Really?
Yes, and
what did they think of that?
Well, they got to go into some dorms and see the academic
Ooh.
lifestyle and just kind of just walk around and see what it's all about, see the size of it. We're finding sometimes the younger you can get kids to those post-secondary opportunities, to know that it's an opportunity or an option that they can look forward to. Let's get those to them as soon as we can. So our 8th graders really enjoyed the trip. We're glad that they had that chance to go. And it's just, again, one more chance for them to see what could happen after high school with some of our I consider Green Bay fairly local. We've got NWTC, UW Marinette, Green Bay, some of those campus opportunities right here, very close, and we love taking advantage of those. Let's show them one step further. If you go to UW Green Bay, it's not that far away, and also this is what the lifestyle looks like. So it's just a great opportunity for our kids. Yes.
Very neat.
Yes.
And then the high school. What is the West Bagley Homemakers Career Fair?
Yes, so Menominee High School got to host it this year, and I believe there are over 50 booths that our students could go to and just find out about local employers, local organizations, again, post-secondary opportunities, whether it's educationally related or jumping right into the workforce. So we're excited because we're hoping that continues on an annual basis, and maybe Marinette will get to host it some year. We've got to build it up more so we get more kids there, and then we're going to work on that as we move forward. But anytime we can get our students to know what's in our backyard, I don't want them to leave. I want them to all stay here, graduate from the high school. Yes, absolutely. And now so many organizations are looking for employees. They're willing to pay for some of that education for these students after they graduate from high school to help them continue to grow within their own company and organization. So our high school got to go to that. We wrapped up our prom. We had over 200 students there that night, and then we had a post-prom put on by the Healthy Youth Coalition. So it was just a great event where our kids were able to continue to enjoy the night. I think they got out of there about 1:30 in the morning, so it was a long night for our advisors and our supervisors. But
well, at least they had fun.
Absolutely. And also at the high school, we sent some of our students to UW Oshkosh for the Solar Olympics.
Nice.
We do that annually, again, providing opportunities for kids that they may not get just in the classroom. They did very well. I'm going to make sure I recognize they won the Solar Art Challenge event and the Solar Car Design event. Overall, they took 3rd place out of 14 high schools. And then a shout out to our local Marinette Menominee Pickleball Association. Brian and Kim Swenson were at the band concert last Monday and made a donation on behalf of the Pickleball Association for $2,500 to our band program.
Wow.
Our students were able to go volunteer time at the recent pickleball tournament that they had. And in that volunteer time, the Pickleball Association then gave back to that program at the high school. So it was, I got to be honest, I saw them at the concert. I wasn't sure why they were there. And then all of a sudden they're up on stage presenting the check. So it's just so proud of our community and how we continue to work together. Our students go volunteer time to help out there, and then they give back to our students. So it's just a very good win-win relationship. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Sure.
And then what else you got going on?
Well, with spring, you can always count on spring
sports.
sports, right? Yep. So Cooper Smith, one of our baseball players, was named the Green Bay Press Gazette Athlete of the Week recently, so received over 414 votes.
Wow.
The girls' soccer team remains in first place and undefeated in the Northeastern Conference. They're going for their 3rd straight conference championship, so they're continuing to work hard. The track team, and I mentioned this last month, has some great things coming up. So if people are available this Saturday, I hope the weather's great. They're hosting the NEC conference meet at the high school this weekend, and then the 30th, May 30th, which is a Friday, they're holding the sectional meet, which will have hundreds of the best athletes from around the state coming to Marinette for sectionals with an opportunity to advance to state. Some of the information that Mr. Furton shared with me, 2 school records have recently fallen, both broken by Mason Hofer. He broke the 400-meter dash, which has been held since 1964, and the 200-meter dash, which has been held since 2002. So,
congratulations.
Yes, so some individual props for some of our athletes, but also team props. And then one other that I'd like to share, our very own nurse Shannon Jones is the president-elect for the Wisconsin School Nurses Association. Nice. So recently she traveled to Madison to host the State School Nursing Conference. We've got 3 phenomenal school nurses, and it's just great that they get the recognition that Shannon's now out there at the state level. Can't forget,
Wonderful.
next week, the 20th, is our Junior Olympics at Higley Stadium, which is always a big
Oh,
deal.
that's always the best.
Yes,
Oh,
and
I always look forward to that.
Weather's been great the last few years, so let's hope that
Yeah.
holds up. Graduation May 28th outside at Higley Stadium at 6:30 p.m. That's a
my
Wednesday
gosh.
night, so we're looking forward to that.
Oh,
Hoping over 150 seniors walk the field that night in their
crazy.
caps and gowns for graduation. And then June 4th is our 8th grade recognition and also our 4th grade celebration. So it's a great time of year. It's a busy time of year. Really want to take the time as we wrap up another school year, because I know I'll be here in June, but by the time we
Yeah.
get there, our kids will be done and we'll be into summer learning. So just, I thank you for another great school year.
Yeah.
I thank our parents, our families, our community. There's just a strong commitment to our schools and getting the kids to school every day so we can help them learn and grow. It's just a great thing, and it's a great thing to be a part of. So
yeah.
very
Well,
happy.
I enjoy the updates, and I know that our viewers and listeners do as well.
Well, thank
So, I mean, I think it's cool just to learn what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, maybe June won't be 3 pages long like it was
Wow.
today. I'm sure there'll be
That's all
plenty of
right,
stuff, but
but
it's
if
just
it
good to
is-
hit the highlights.
If it is, it is.
All right. Well, thank you, Melissa.
Well, thanks, Corey, for
Absolutely.
popping on in.
Absolutely.
And everybody else, hang tight. I think we have the DAR that's out there. So I know they always have some good stuff too.
Yes.
Everybody's got good stuff.
That
So
time of year.
I know.